Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is October 12th, and right now we are looking at the combination of Doppler radars across Northern California, Southern Oregon. You can see some of this light precipitation moving across the area, a little bit heavier for some portions than others. You can see, you got some decent amounts between Red Bluff and Redding here. It's nice to see some of the clouds return to the area and some light precipitation. We do have more on the way as we go through the upcoming week. We've got a stronger frontal system that'll try to bring some rain even down towards the Bay Area and some of Sacramento as well. We'll look at that in some detail, and we'll take a look at what we can expect through the extended forecast. Let's go ahead and jump back towards the mid-level water vapor loop, and you can see the system kind of curling across Southern Oregon right there. That's what's bringing our precipitation as we speak. If you look across the Gulf of Alaska, you can't miss this monster out here. This thing is bringing rainfall all the way across the Aleutian Islands, southern coast of Alaska, British Columbia, and eventually Washington and Oregon. Then it's going to spawn a stronger frontal system, and it's going to bring some cooler air and cool us down here across the west coast of North America, at least for a few days. And we'll take a look at those details as well. Now, looking right now, I'm going to scroll back and forth, and you kind of see, again, the Doppler radars across Northern California picking up on this weak frontal system. It's losing a lot of its punch, and it's too bad because it looks like it's going to peter out right before it gets to the Bay Area. And if we take a look here at 18,000 feet or 500 millibars, there goes the storm system right here. This is last night's European ensemble mean. You can see that system roll through here. And then eventually, as we go through the early portion of the week, we swing this frontal system through here. And that's what's going to bring the cool down. And our next frontal system that could bring some precipitation chances down towards central California, maybe even a little bit further south. We'll look at that in some detail here in a moment. Now, taking a look here, this is clearly where we are. Pacific North American positive oscillation, and the Gulf of Alaska troughing is in full effect. And the reverse is opposite. We're in Pacific North American negative. And you can see the yesterday afternoon's European model run showing that Gulf of Alaska troughing there. And that's the positive area here. And then you can see as we drop down to the second half of October, getting that pattern change showing up here for the west coast of North America. So that's what we're hoping to bring some cooling weather here. Just had a very prolonged record heat for much of the state of California, a lot of the Southwest. This is Sacramento National Weather Service. Active weather pattern continues. You can see October 16th through Friday, October 19th coming up here. So we're getting the storm track trying to point back into California a little bit more here. And we're going to be looking at that here, especially over the next few days. This is the rainfall forecast for today. We did look at this a bit. And again, mainly light precipitation amounts. Tried to get down here towards the Bay Area, but maybe a sprinkle or two, not much. Now taking a wider view of things here, this is the Hawaiian Islands, the bottom left. Here we're looking at mean sea level pressure and 6-hour precipitation. You can see the frontal system that we're dealing with now going to peter out as it gets to the Bay Area. Frontal system goes to the Pacific Northwest, and then the stronger storm arrives as we go through the day Wednesday. Look at this frontal system all the way from British Columbia down across Washington, Oregon, California. Better chances for rainfall down towards the Bay Area, Sacramento, maybe even down towards places into the San Joaquin Valley and the coastal range. And you can see it try to tease out a little bit of precipitation, maybe for the transverse range there down across Southern California, and a cooler air mass behind that as well. And then we've got some stuff through the extended forecast, such as higher pressure building in across some of the interior areas that could drive something of an offshore wind event here. We'll be watching that over the next few days. Now, looking at 2-meter temperature anomaly. Here we go for this afternoon. You can see that system moving through. We cool things down a little bit. Bay Area north for the most part. Still some above average temperatures across Nevada, portions of California, and Arizona. Then we go on into Sunday afternoon. The coastal region's not doing too bad. Cooling things down a little bit here. Monday afternoon right there, something similar. But then we go through Tuesday, and again, one more day of something similar there. But as we go through Wednesday, you can clearly see the next frontal system arriving. And by the time we go towards Thursday, check it out. Some cooler than normal temperatures for most of the state of California. Not all, but it's definitely a welcome change. Now, taking a look at quickly here, forest fire smoke. I believe this is the Shoe Fire here across Northern California. That is still active as we speak. And there's, maybe another fire here across. The Western Fire Chief site has not been updated, so I'm not sure which fire that is. But there's the Shoe Fire here. You can see Redding, California right there, Sacramento Valley. If we scroll to the south, that might be the Happy or the Coffee Pot Fire continuing to produce some smoke. They haven't updated this here recently, though, so it might be the Happy Fire there. But anyway, overall, we're doing quite well as far as forest fires are concerned. And overall smoke. Now, taking a look at weekend recreational forecast, you can see you got Lake Mead, Death Valley, you got the Whitney Portal out here, Valley of Fire. You can see things are cooling down a little bit as we go through Sunday coming up there. So if you're going out and about, can see the temperatures are becoming a little bit more comfortable this time of year. And look at Phoenix. You can see Saturday, Sunday, Monday, maybe record highs, but then the definite cool down will be coming Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Much more comfortable temperatures as we go on in through next week. You can see no more records probably starting Tuesday. Now, a wider view of things here. This is the European Artificial Intelligence. What we're looking for here is any kind of big high pressure system here over the Great Basin or tropical systems potentially impacting the southwest. So there goes the frontal system as we go through Wednesday. And then in the wake of that, we're going to get some higher pressure tries to build down over the Great Basin. So that's what we're going to be watching for, some offshore winds as we get on in towards the end of the week coming up here. And you can see there's a decent pressure gradient starting across some of California, Southern California, Arizona here as well. So we'll be watching that. And then for some fantasy fun, you can see the artificial intelligence has been showing this Arctic air mass trying to build across some of the Rocky Mountains there. And you can see that might spawn some more offshore wind potential here way off through the extended forecast. That's just something fun to look at. It's always interesting to see some Arctic air trying to make its way down during the end of October. It does happen from time to time, but we'll be watching that to see if any of these offshore gradients do develop. Now, taking a look at daily 2-meter max temperatures. This is for today, Saturday, October 12th. You can see, of course, warmer off to the southwest, the desert areas, and you can see, holding it down into only the low 70s here for a lot of the Sacramento Valley. A little bit warmer for Sacramento versus Redding and Red Bluff. But as we go on in towards tomorrow, we do bounce back temperatures somewhat here. You can see Redding checking in at 86. Here we go Monday, warming back up, some mid and upper 80s showing up. We go through Tuesday, but then Wednesday we start to cool things down with that next frontal system. That's going to be very welcome for many of you. And then you can see even the higher terrain getting a bit chilly here as well. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and maybe bouncing back after that frontal system. We'll see how that works. But in the meantime, we're going to enjoy this cool down that's going to be coming from the mid portion of the week. Now, total precipitation in inches. This is last night's European model. There goes that system rolling through. But what I want to show you here is the system rolling through Wednesday. You can see some nice amounts for coastal areas north of the Bay Area. But you can see we could be getting some rainfall for Sacramento, for the Bay Area as well, as that one swings through. And then it brings that cooler air mass with it. Looking at Redding, for example, here's the one we're going through today, the frontal system, and all the European 50 ensemble members. Each one of these is tweaked to change their we changed the conditions here for each one of these ensemble members to make it different from our initial understanding of the atmosphere to try to correct for any of our errors. So you can see all 50 of them there, the control run calling for almost 0.2 of an inch. But then there's that next frontal system coming up here, the control calling for 0.3 of an inch. But you got to use some caution here too, because some of the ensemble members are not showing much. So we're still in wait and see mode on just how strong that frontal system is going to be. Here's San Francisco. You see we're not dealing with any precipitation with this initial frontal system. We've got a little bit better chance here as we go on in through Wednesday coming up. And this is Sacramento, also similar picture. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook below normal here across some of the Pacific Northwest, near normal as we go through the October 21st time period. And you can see 6 to 10 day precipitation, kind of near normal here. We'll see how that trends, no promises. Taking a look at the drought monitor, you can see we have introduced some moderate and severe drought across some portions of South and East California. A lot of abnormally dry, still overall doing fairly well as far as drought conditions are concerned. But, the sooner we can get some precipitation in here, the better. And you can see portions of Nevada are, overtaken by severe drought, especially western Arizona as well. So, yeah, this should be no surprise with the heat we've been dealing with here recently. So, anyway, we're going to continue to watch this. Again, this energy out here is going to spawn that system. It's eventually going to bring the pattern change and bring the cooler than normal conditions for much of the area. And that frontal system hopefully can squeeze some rain out of that. Otherwise, yeah, we'll continue to check back day by day. Leave some comments below. I'll appreciate all my members for the channel there. If you want to become a member and help monetarily support the channel, click on that join button down there below. Anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. Otherwise, we'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.